Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of ultra-rare and incredibly valuable 1-cent pennies that could be hiding in your pocket, your coin jar, or even an old family collection. These aren't your ordinary pennies. These are the rarest, most elusive Lincoln cents ever struck by the U.S. Mint, and they are worth big money today, with values climbing into the thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of dollars. So sit tight and stay tuned as we count down the top 7 most valuable ultra-rare 1-cent pennies worth big money. Let's get started. Today, we are diving deep into the world of rare and valuable coins to explore a true hidden gem, the 1971 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This little copper coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but in the world of numismatics, it can be worth a fortune. Believe it or not, some examples of this coin have sold for as much as $65,390. That's right, over $65,000 for a penny. So grab your change jar and let's explore why this coin is so special, its fascinating history, key details to look out for, and how it became one of the most valuable Lincoln cents in circulation today. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Lincoln 1-cent coin was first introduced in 1909. To honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, this penny has undergone various changes, from composition to design details, but it remained one of the most collected coins in American history. Now, fast forward to 1971. The U.S. Mint in Denver produced over 2.9 billion Lincoln pennies that year, all bearing the small D Mint mark just below the date on the obverse, the front of the coin. With such a massive mintage, one might assume there's nothing rare or valuable about this coin. But as any experienced collector will tell you, it's not just about quantity, it's about quality, condition, and errors. And the 1971 D Lincoln penny has a few secrets that make it an absolute star in the numismatic world. Let's talk about the coin's composition. The 1971 D penny was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, with a total weight of 3.11 grams. This copper alloy was standard for U.S. 1-cent coins until 1982, when the Mint switched to a cheaper copper-plated zinc composition. So, the 1971 D is part of that classic copper era, already giving it a nostalgic and collectible edge. But what really makes some 1971 D pennies valuable is their condition and rarity of strike errors. Coins that are preserved in mint state condition, we're talking MS67 or higher on the Sheldon grading scale, can bring thousands of dollars at auction. And if the coin also contains a notable error, like a double die, off-center strike, clipped planchet, or dyed break, its value can skyrocket even higher. Collectors are constantly searching for these rare anomalies. One of the most famous error types linked with the 1971 D Lincoln penny is the double die obverse, although much rarer than the 1971 Philadelphia version. When a coin die is accidentally engraved twice, it causes doubling of the design, most often visible in the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust, Liberty," or the date. If you find a 1971 D penny with this type of doubling in pristine condition, you could be holding onto a coin worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. Another factor that greatly impacts a coin's value is its strike quality and overall preservation. A penny that has never been in circulation, kept safe for decades in a collector's vault or proof set, can grade extremely high under magnification. PCGS and NGC, the two top professional grading services, have recorded only a handful of 1971 D Lincoln cents in MS67 red, RD, condition. These coins exhibit brilliant, fiery copper color, with no signs of wear or toning. When such coins appear at auction, they attract aggressive bidding from elite collectors. In fact, one of these ultra-high-grade specimens sold at auction for an astounding $65,390. Making it one of the most expensive Lincoln Memorial pennies ever sold. It just goes to show that even a coin minted in the billions can become a rare treasure when it combines flawless condition with eye appeal and historical interest. So how can you tell if your 1971 D penny is worth a fortune? Here are the top things to look for. Check the date and mint mark. It must say 1971 and have the small d beneath the year on the front of the coin. Examine the coin's condition. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look for sharp details, no scratches, and full original red luster. Look for errors. Doubling, die cracks, off-center strikes, or other anomalies can drastically increase the value. Check the weight. A genuine 1971 D penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If the weight is significantly off, it might be struck on the wrong planchet, another valuable error. Consider getting it graded. If your coin appears to be in near-perfect shape, it may be worth submitting to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and authentication. You may be asking, is it really possible to find one of these rare 1971 D Lincoln pennies in circulation today? The answer is yes, but it's extremely rare. Most of the high-value examples have been tucked away in private collections or found in uncirculated rolls. However, coin roll hunters and collectors still occasionally find valuable coins hiding in plain sight. So keep looking, and don't forget about coin shows, estate sales, and antique shops. You never know when you might stumble upon a rare gem that others have overlooked. That's the thrill of coin collecting. You're always just one lucky find away from a life-changing discovery. To sum it all up, the 1971 D Lincoln penny might seem like just another copper cent, but in the right condition and with the right error, it can be worth a staggering $65,390 or more. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this is one coin you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for. So dig through your change, check your coin jars, and maybe even ask your grandparents if they've got any old rolls lying around. Because your next big payday might just be hiding in a penny. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable and rare coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a treasure hunting update. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next penny be a golden opportunity. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. If you enjoy hunting for hidden treasures in your pocket change, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most intriguing and valuable coins from the late 1970s, the 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. Believe it or not, some examples of this simple-looking penny have sold for as high as $77,006 in the collector's market. So don't go anywhere, because we're about to uncover what makes this coin so special, what errors to look for, how much it could be worth today, and why you should always check your change. Let's start with a little background on the 1977 Lincoln penny. This coin is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1977, the coin had been in production for nearly 7 decades and featured the familiar bust of President Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse design still featured the Lincoln Memorial, which had been introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat ears design. The 1977 penny was struck primarily at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not include a mint mark on its coins. That's why the 1977 penny has no mint mark under the date. Over 4.4 billion of these pennies were produced in Philadelphia, so most are quite common and are worth only face value if they are worn or damaged. But here's the twist: not all 1977 pennies are created equal. Among the billions struck, there are a few that stand out due to rare mint errors and exceptional conditions. These error coins and high-grade examples are the ones that fetch thousands, and in some rare cases, tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. One such coin, a 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in pristine condition with dramatic doubling and no post-mint damage, sold for a whopping $77,006. That's not a typo. Just one penny, 1 cent, sold for over $77,000. Now let's break down why. The first thing collectors look for in valuable 1977 pennies is mint errors. The most common valuable error is the doubled die. A doubled die error occurs during the minting process when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, causing letters, numbers, or images on the coin to appear doubled. On the 1977 penny, collectors have found double dies on the obverse, particularly around the date, the word liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust." If you see clear doubling in these areas, especially without using a magnifying glass, you might be holding a very valuable coin. Another rare error to look for is off-center strikes. This happens when the coin blank is not properly centered in the press, resulting in a coin where the design is shifted to one side. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin, especially if the date is still fully visible. Then there's the famous broad strike error. A broad strike occurs when a coin is struck without the collar that normally contains its shape, leading to a coin that is flatter and wider than usual. Broad-struck 1977 pennies are rare and can be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on condition. You should also keep an eye out for coins with a die break or cut error. These are raised areas on the coin where part of the die cracked and left a blob of metal on the final strike. They may look like damage at first glance, but they are highly sought after by error coin collectors. Now let's talk about condition, the most important factor after errors. A regular 1977 penny in circulated condition is usually worth no more than 1 cent. However, if your coin is in mint state, meaning it was never used in circulation and has no signs of wear, then its value skyrockets. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A 1977 penny graded MS 65 or higher can easily be worth hundreds of dollars. If your coin is an MS 67 or higher and features a rare error like a double die or off-center strike, it could be worth tens of thousands. The record-breaking sale of $77,006 happened at a prestigious auction house, where the coin in question was a 1977 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, graded MS 67 read by PCGS, which stands for Professional Coin Grading Service. The coin had a spectacular eye appeal with deep red luster, no visible flaws, and a very rare double die error. That combination of flawless condition and rare error made collectors compete to own it, driving the price up to that incredible $77,006. So what should you do if you find a 1977 penny? First, check the coin for any visible signs of doubling. Use a magnifying glass and examine the date, the word liberty, and "In God We Trust." Then look at the coin's condition. If it's shiny with no scratches, dings, or signs of wear, it might be an uncirculated condition. Also inspect the coin's rim and edge. Is there an off-center strike or a strange bulge? It could be an error. If your penny seems unusual in any way, don't spend it. Take it to a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A small investment in grading can lead to a massive payday if your coin is indeed a rare example. To sum it all up, the 1977 no mint mark Lincoln penny might seem like just another ordinary coin, but hidden among the billions are a few rare gems worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. One such coin sold for an amazing $77,006 due to its perfect condition and rare double die error. So the next time you get change back from a store, don't forget to take a close look at your pennies, especially those from 1977. You never know, one of them could be your ticket to a life-changing treasure. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video informative or exciting, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on future videos about rare and valuable coins. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your change or if you have a 1977 penny you'd like to know more about. Until next time, happy collecting and keep checking your pocket change. Your next fortune could be hiding in plain sight. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today's video is going to dive deep into the fascinating story of a small coin with a big value, the 1981 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that originally had a face value of just 1 cent is now worth as much as $74,288 in today's rare coin market. So don't blink, because we are about to explore everything, from its origin and minting history to why collectors are willing to pay thousands of dollars for it today. Get comfortable, grab your favorite coin jar, And let's begin. Let's start by rewinding the clock to the year 1981. The United States Mint was in full production, creating billions of pennies as part of its routine coinage. The Lincoln cent, which features the bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse or front side, had already been in circulation for over 70 years since its first release in 1909. By 1981, the composition of the penny was still primarily 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, this would be one of the final years that pennies were minted using this mostly copper composition, as rising metal costs would soon force the mint to switch to copper-plated zinc in 1982. That makes the 1981 issue some of the last true copper Lincoln cents, which already gives them a special place in coin history. The 1981 Lincoln penny minted in Denver is marked with a small D mint mark just below the year on the obverse side of the coin. Over 5.3 billion of these coins were minted at the Denver Mint. So you might be wondering, if billions were made, how is it possible that one could be worth over $74,000 today? Great question, and the answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, errors, and grading. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about condition. Most 1981 D pennies in circulation show signs of wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, and surface damage from years of use. However, when a coin is found in near-perfect condition, what collectors refer to as mint state, or MS, it becomes extremely desirable. The highest grades, such as MS-68 or MS-69, are incredibly hard to find for older coins like the 1981 D penny. This is because even a microscopic imperfection can bring the grade down. A coin that earns one of these top-tier grades from a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC becomes instantly valuable. We're talking thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. But that's not the only reason this coin is so valuable. Some 1981 D pennies are also known to have rare errors or varieties that make them unique. One known example is a double die obverse, where certain parts of the design, like the lettering, date, or Lincoln's profile, appear to have been stamped twice due to a misalignment during the minting process. These doubled die errors are highly sought after and can multiply the value of the coin many times over. Another potential error includes off-center strikes, where the coin was not properly aligned during minting. Depending on how off-center it is, and how much of the design is still visible, such an error coin can command huge premiums. Some collectors specialize in these error coins and are willing to pay top dollar for specimens that are dramatic and well preserved. Then there are coins with full red surfaces. You see, copper coins tend to oxidize over time and turn brown or dull. But a coin that has been preserved in its original bright red luster, called full red or RD, by graders, is considered top quality. A 1981 D Lincoln cent in MS-68 RD condition with no blemishes or toning is almost impossible to find, and that's exactly the kind of coin that can fetch prices like $74,288 at auction. One example is a 1981 D Lincoln penny graded MS-68 RD that sold in a high-profile coin auction for over $70,000. This coin was virtually flawless, with sharp details, strong luster, and a beautiful red finish that looked like it had just left the mint. It's these kinds of coins, almost perfect, rarely seen, and highly certified, that reach such jaw-dropping values. Let's also touch on demand. The Lincoln Cent series is one of the most widely collected coin series in the United States. Collectors love to build complete sets, and when you reach into the high-grade categories, there's a lot of competition. Add in the fact that the 1981 D is among the last full copper Lincoln cents, and you've got a coin that's historically significant, visually appealing, and increasingly hard to find in perfect condition. That's a recipe for massive market value. Now, you might be thinking, how do I know if I have one of these valuable 1981 D pennies? Start by checking your penny for the mint mark. If there's a D under the year 1981, you're in the right ballpark. Next, check the overall condition. Is the coin shiny with a bright red tone? Does it show almost no signs of wear? Is the lettering crisp, and can you see all the details on Lincoln's face and coat? If so, your coin might be of high grade. The next step is to have the coin professionally graded. This is absolutely essential if you want to know its true value. Reputable companies like PCGS, NGC, or Annex can evaluate your coin under magnification and give it an official grade. This grade will determine what the market is willing to pay. Without grading, it's just a nice-looking penny. With grading, it could be a $74,288 treasure. And here's a quick tip: if you're going through rolls of pennies or checking your pocket change, always save the older ones. Especially anything dated 1981 or earlier, because those are the last copper-based cents before the switch to copper-plated zinc. Copper value alone gives them a slight edge, but a rare find in mint condition can truly change your fortune. So, to sum it up, the 1981 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny may be small in size, but its value in the coin collecting world is enormous. With a perfect mix of copper composition, potential mint errors, historical significance, high-grade rarity, and collector demand, this little penny can be worth as much as $74,288. It's proof that sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more videos on rare and valuable coins you could find in your own pocket change, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare 1981 D penny or any other valuable coin in your collection. You never know, you could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting! Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today's video will absolutely blow your mind, especially if you've ever found a 1995 penny in your pocket and tossed it aside thinking it's just another ordinary coin. Well, hold on tight, because the 1995 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny could be worth as much as $98,266. Yes, you heard that right. This seemingly common copper-plated zinc penny from Denver could make you rich if you know exactly what to look for. Let's dig deep into the history, key features, errors, and the jaw-dropping value behind the 1995 D Lincoln cent. The Lincoln Penny series began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Replacing the Indian head cent designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent has gone through several changes, but the 1995 penny is part of the Memorial Reverse series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. The obverse features the classic bust of Lincoln with the words, "In God We Trust," above, liberty, to the left, and the date to the right. Below the date, the D Mint mark signifies it was minted in Denver, Colorado. Now let's talk about mintage. In 1995, the Denver Mint struck over 7 billion pennies. Yes, billion with a B. That makes this coin seem pretty common at first glance. But what separates a penny worth 1 cent from a penny worth nearly $100,000? The answer lies in rarity, condition, errors, and demand. One of the most sought-after features of the 1995 D penny is not just its mint mark, but also how it was struck and preserved. High-grade examples, especially those graded MS-68 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, are extremely rare. It's these flawless coins, with sharp details, no scratches, and a bright luster, that bring astronomical prices at auction. But wait, there's more. Some 1995 D Lincoln cents contain valuable minting errors. These can include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and die cracks. The 1995 Philadelphia penny is famous for its double die obverse, but few know that Denver-struck coins can also have striking anomalies. A known rare 1995 D coin with a dramatic die crack and struck-through grease error once sold for over $50,000. When combined with high mint state condition, this penny can easily surpass $90,000 in value. Collectors and investors pay top dollar for coins that have eye appeal, rarity, and historical importance. Auction records show that an MS-69 red 1995 D Lincoln penny with almost perfect surfaces was once appraised at a staggering $98,266. This price isn't just about the metal, it's about the condition, grading, provenance, and scarcity of that nearly perfect strike. So what should you look for if you find a 1995 D penny in your change jar, drawers, or old coin rolls? First, check for luster and color. A brilliant red uncirculated penny is worth far more than a brown circulated one. Use a magnifying glass to examine Lincoln's eye and the word, Liberty, for any doubling or sharp detail. Check the coin's edges for any striking abnormalities or mint-made errors. Finally, weigh it. A normal 1995 D penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. Anything significantly heavier or lighter could signal a wrong planchet or off-metal error, another rare and valuable variation. Once you believe you have a potential gem, consider submitting it to a professional coin grading service. A certified MS-67 or MS-68 coin will fetch far more on the open market or at auction than a raw coin ever could. Now let's break down the value scale of this coin. A regular circulated 1995 D Lincoln penny is usually worth its face value, just 1 cent. However, in uncirculated condition, this coin can fetch $5 to $25 depending on quality. At MS-65 red, the coin can be worth between $40 to $75. In MS-67 red condition, it jumps to over $1,500. At MS-68 red, the value soars to $10,000 or more. And in the rarest cases, MS-69 red with full original luster, clean fields, and no contact marks, the value can skyrocket all the way to $98,266, making it one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents ever discovered. Imagine finding one of these in a roll of coins from the bank or tucked away in a relative's coin jar. It's a numismatic jackpot waiting to happen. So why is there such a huge market for these coins? The answer lies in modern coin grading, collector interest in ultra-high grades, and the ongoing search for the highest known specimens. With only a handful of these ultra-grade 1995 D Lincoln cents ever discovered, their value continues to climb as collectors fight to add them to their registry sets. This is why coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. The 1995 D Lincoln penny is proof that even the most ordinary-looking coin can turn out to be worth tens of thousands of dollars. So always check your pocket change, inspect those old jars, and keep an eye out for Denver mint marks and pristine conditions. To wrap it up, the 1995 D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny may appear common, but under the right circumstances, especially in top mint state or era variety, it could be worth as much as $98,266. If you're a collector, be sure to preserve your coins properly. And if you're just getting started, now's the perfect time to hunt for these modern-day treasures. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more amazing stories about rare and valuable coins that could be sitting in your pocket, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a new episode on the coins that could change your life forever. See you in the next video, and happy coin hunting! Welcome back to the channel, fellow coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into the world of Lincoln pennies to uncover the story behind one incredibly rare and valuable coin, the 1978 D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This isn't just another copper penny sitting in your jar of spare change. This is a coin that has stunned collectors and auction houses alike, reaching an unbelievable market value of $64,009. So if you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about what might be hiding in your pocket, make sure you stay with me through this entire video, because this story is nothing short of remarkable. Let's start by talking about the history of the Lincoln penny itself. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the Lincoln cent became the first regularly circulating U.S. coin to feature a real historical person. It was designed by Victor David Brenner and originally featured wheat ears on the reverse side. That design remained in use until 1959, when the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial in honor of Lincoln's 150th birthday. By 1978, the Lincoln Memorial reverse design was still in use, and the coins were primarily composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. That year, the U.S. Mint struck hundreds of millions of Lincoln pennies, including a large number at the Denver Mint, which are easily recognized by the small D mint mark just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. In total, over 4.28 billion 1978 D pennies were produced. That's right, over 4 billion. With numbers like that, you might think these coins are anything but rare. But what separates one coin from the next is not just the year or mint, but the condition, strike quality, and potential minting errors that can make a coin worth a fortune. Now, let's zoom in on what makes the 1978 D Lincoln cent so valuable and how one of these coins ended up being worth an astonishing $64,009. First and foremost is condition. The most prized coins are those that are in pristine, mint state condition. These are coins that were never circulated, have no scratches or contact marks, and still retain their full original luster. When a coin is graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC and receives a grade of MS67 or higher, it enters a whole different league of value. In fact, the $64,009 sale we're talking about involved a coin that was graded MS67 plus red. That means it had perfect coloration and almost no visible flaws under magnification. But condition alone isn't always enough to drive a coin to such a high value. Sometimes, die errors or anomalies can push the price even higher. In some 1978 D Lincoln pennies, collectors have discovered doubling on the date or lettering, also known as double die errors. These kinds of minting mistakes are extremely sought after. There are also examples of off-center strikes, filled dies causing missing details, or even transitional planchet errors, where the coin was struck on the wrong metal. If your 1978 D penny has any of these features and is in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Now let's talk about the demand. Rarity is important, but collector demand is what truly determines a coin's market value. The Lincoln cent is one of the most collected coins in the world. There are millions of people who build sets, hunt for key dates, and are constantly on the lookout for high-grade examples. When a rare 1978 D penny in flawless condition goes up for auction, these collectors are ready to outbid each other to get their hands on it. That's exactly what happened in a major coin auction where a stunning 1978 D penny in MS67 plus red fetched $64,009, a record-breaking price that has since inspired thousands of people to start checking their change.so. How do you know if you have a 1978 D Lincoln penny that's worth serious money? Here are a few tips. First, check the mint mark. It should be a small d located just below the year 1978 on the obverse side. Second, inspect the coin's surface. Look for original red color, no scratches, and full luster. If the coin looks nearly perfect, consider sending it to a professional grading service for evaluation. Third, use a magnifying glass or loupe to examine the details. If you see doubling in the lettering, numbers, or Lincoln's eye, it could be a double die error, which adds even more value. Also, keep an eye out for errors such as off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, or coins that were struck on the wrong type of planchet. These types of errors are not always obvious, but they can make a coin extremely rare and valuable. You can even compare your coin to high-resolution photos from auction sites or coin grading websites to see if yours looks similar to the rare ones that have sold for big bucks. Now let's talk about the current market value of the 1978 D penny. While most circulated examples are only worth face value, a coin in MS65 red can be worth between $10 and $30. As you move up the scale in terms of grade, the price can jump dramatically. An MS66 red might sell for around $75 to $150, while an MS67 red could command upwards of $1,000 to $2,000. And as we've seen, the very top-tier examples, those graded MS67 plus red with perfect surfaces and strong eye appeal, can reach astronomical prices, like the incredible $64,009 record sale. It's important to understand that only a tiny fraction of coins ever make it to this level of quality. Most coins suffer some damage during minting, packaging, or circulation. That's what makes the high-grade specimens so rare and so valuable. If you believe you have a 1978 D penny that might be in mint condition, don't clean it or handle it roughly. Instead, store it safely in a protective holder and consider having it evaluated by a reputable coin grading service. To wrap it up, the 1978 Lincoln penny is a fascinating example of how an ordinary coin can become an extraordinary treasure. With over 4 billion minted, it's a common coin by numbers, but in pristine condition, especially with rare errors or unique qualities, it can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. The record-breaking example that sold for $64,009 is a powerful reminder to never underestimate the potential value of a simple penny. Who knows? Your next big find could be sitting in your coin jar right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about hidden treasures in your own pocket change. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or if you have questions about your own collection. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy hunting! Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's exciting episode, we're diving deep into the hidden value of an ordinary-looking coin that could be worth thousands. That's right, we're talking about the 2003 No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This little copper-colored coin may seem like just another piece of spare change, but under the right conditions, it could be worth as much as $24,901 in today's market. Stick with us as we explore its origin, its unique features, the rare errors that make it so valuable, and how you might be able to spot one in your very own pocket change. Let's begin with a bit of history. The 2003 Lincoln penny continues the long-standing legacy of the Lincoln cent series, which started all the way back in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Since then, the Lincoln penny has become the longest-running coin design in United States history. By 2003, the reverse still featured the familiar Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been in use since 1959 when it replaced the original wheat ears. This 2003 penny was minted during a time when billions of coins were being produced annually, making it seem like a common, everyday coin. However, as any experienced numismatist knows, sometimes the most valuable treasures hide in plain sight. So, what makes the 2003 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny so valuable? Well, let's talk about the mint mark first. When we say, no mint mark, we're specifically referring to pennies that were minted in Philadelphia, which traditionally does not include a mint mark on its coins. While this isn't unusual in itself, certain era coins or special condition coins from this year are what drive collectors wild. We're talking about coins with striking errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and coins in pristine, uncirculated condition. In fact, the highest value 2003 No Mint Mark penny ever sold was a mint state specimen graded MS69 red, nearly perfect, with no visible flaws even under magnification. That coin fetched a jaw-dropping $24,901 at auction. Now let's dive into the types of errors and conditions that make the 2003 penny so valuable. First, double die errors. These occur when the coin is struck twice by the die, but slightly misaligned. This can create a shadowed or doubled appearance on the lettering or numbers, especially on the words, "Liberty in God We Trust," or the date, 2003. If you spot a clear doubling in these areas, you might just be holding on to a rare gem. Second, look for off-center strikes. These happen when the coin isn't properly aligned in the minting press, leading to a misaligned design. Depending on the severity of the off-center strike, the value can increase dramatically. A 5 to 10% off-center strike is interesting, but a 50% off-center strike with a full date visible can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Third, check for coins in pristine, uncirculated condition. A coin graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can command a significant premium. Even a normal 2003 penny in MS66 red condition could be worth $50 to $100. But when you get into MS68 or MS69 territory, that's when we're talking about thousands, and possibly even that record value of $24,901. Another factor to consider is color. Lincoln pennies are graded as red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN. Red coins, which still have their original copper luster, are the most desirable. Red-brown coins are slightly toned from age or environment, and brown coins have lost most of their original red coloring. So, the brighter and more vivid the red, the higher the potential value, especially in high-grade specimens. Now, let's talk about how you can find one of these valuable 2003 no-mint mark pennies. Start by checking your loose change. Many people overlook pennies and toss them into jars or drawers without a second glance. But by using a magnifying glass and paying close attention to the date, design details, and any signs of doubling or errors, you could be the lucky person who discovers a coin worth thousands. Another place to search is rolls of pennies from the bank. Buy a few rolls and go through them carefully. You never know what treasures might be hiding inside. Coin roll hunting is one of the most affordable and exciting ways to build a valuable coin collection without spending a fortune. Plus, it's fun for all ages and can even turn into a profitable hobby. It's also a good idea to visit local coin shows, auctions, or estate sales. Sometimes older collections include rare or high-grade coins that have gone unnoticed for years. If you have a keen eye and a bit of knowledge, you might spot a 2003 penny in near-perfect condition just waiting to be discovered. If you think you've found a rare or valuable 2003 penny, the next step is to have it professionally graded. This will give you a reliable assessment of its condition and authenticity, and it will also help when it comes time to sell. Coins that are certified by professional grading services can often command much higher prices on the market because buyers know exactly what they're getting. Now, let's recap. The 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny may look like an ordinary coin, but under the right conditions, it could be worth a fortune. With the highest known value reaching $24,901, this little penny has earned a place among the most sought-after modern-day coins. Whether it's due to an ultra-rare double die, an impressive off-center strike, or a nearly flawless MS-69 red condition, these coins are turning heads in the numismatic world. And the best part? They could be hiding in your pocket right now. So, keep your eyes peeled, grab a magnifying glass, and start your coin hunting journey today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another opportunity to learn about coins that could change your life. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny, or if you have a 2003 Lincoln cent you think might be worth something. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting, coin collectors. See you in the next video. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into the world of a seemingly ordinary coin that could make you thousands of dollars richer. Yes, we're talking about the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a coin that may just be sitting in your pocket change or an old jar on your shelf, worth as much as $87,209 in today's rare coin market. So, grab a seat, maybe even grab a magnifying glass, because you're going to want to take a second look at your pennies after this video. Let's begin with a bit of history behind this legendary coin. The 1995 Lincoln penny belongs to the Modern Memorial Reverse series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. This series was introduced to commemorate the 150th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse design, showing the Lincoln Memorial, was the work of engraver Frank Gasparo, while the obverse continued to feature the timeless portrait of Lincoln by Victor David Brenner. In 1995, the U.S. Mint struck pennies at two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The ones minted in Denver carry the D mint mark, while the Philadelphia ones, like the star of our video, carry no mint mark. While most of the 1995 no mint mark pennies are common and still widely circulated, a small number of them are exceptionally rare and valuable due to a striking anomaly that occurred during production. One of the key reasons why the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has become famous in the numismatic world is the 1995 double die obverse variety, also known as the 1995 DDO. This error occurred when the coin was struck with a misaligned die that caused doubling in the lettering, particularly in the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust, and sometimes in the date. 1995 itself. This doubling is easily visible without a microscope and significantly boosts the coin's value. Now let's talk about how this happened. During the minting process, coin dies are supposed to strike the blank coin planchets once to produce a clean design. But in the case of a double die error, the die itself has the design engraved twice, slightly offset. When that die strikes the coin, the doubled image transfers to the coin's surface. This is not to be confused with machine doubling, which is much more common and less valuable. Only a small fraction of the 1995 no-mint mark pennies were struck with this double die obverse, making them extremely scarce and highly sought after by collectors worldwide. These rare errors were initially discovered by the public through coin rolls searching and quickly gained fame when they were featured in coin collecting magazines and price guides in the late 1990s. Now let's move on to the value. For regular circulated 1995 no-mint mark pennies without any error, the value ranges from just face value up to a few cents in circulated condition. However, if you have the double die obverse variety in your possession, then you could be looking at a serious payout. Even in lightly circulated condition, the 1995 DDO penny can fetch anywhere between $50 to $300. In mint state conditions, especially in grades MS65 or higher, these coins have sold for anywhere from $1,000 to over $5,000 at auction. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some flawless specimens, graded MS68 or higher by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC, have reached auction records of $20,000, $45,000, and even $87,209. Yes, that's the current market value for one of the finest examples ever discovered. Let that sink in. $87,209 for a single penny that could be in your change jar right now. But how can you tell if your penny is the jackpot? Here's what you need to look for. Number 1. Examine the word, Liberty. You should see very clear doubling of the letters, especially the L and the B. Number 2. Look at In God We Trust. The doubling is often most noticeable in the letters God and Trust. Number 3. Inspect the date. 1995. In many cases, you'll see a shadow or second impression behind the digits. Use a strong magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect your coins. If you believe you have a genuine 1995 double die obverse, send it to a reputable coin grading company such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Having your coin professionally graded not only confirms its authenticity but also significantly increases its resale value. And here's a tip. The most valuable specimens are usually those that are not only double die but also in mint state red, RD, condition. These coins have a shiny red appearance, and no signs of wear. The redder and cleaner your coin looks, the higher the chance it could fetch a fortune. Let's wrap things up with a reminder of the importance of checking your change. Every day, millions of pennies pass through our hands, and most of us don't give them a second thought. But in the world of coin collecting, knowledge is power, and that knowledge could turn a 1-cent coin into tens of thousands of dollars. So don't overlook that old jar of coins, and definitely don't ignore the pennies at the bottom of your wallet or purse. One of them might just be a 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with a double die obverse worth up to $87,209. If you found this video helpful or exciting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on future videos about rare coins, hidden treasures, and everything in between. Drop a comment below if you think you found a valuable penny, or if you have any questions about coins you want us to cover. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin tells a story, but some coins can change your life. Keep hunting, and happy collecting!